Hello viewers, my name is Adam,
And I'm Aaron.
and this is Kimetsu Productions. Aaron, this is your first anime review on the channel.
Yes, and you know what? I can't wait because we're going to be reviewing by far one of my favorite animes that came out last year. And I'm of course talking about this year's Anime Award winner, or at least Anime Award winner of the year, and of Best Boy, Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba.
So, Anime of the Year dedicated to Crunchyroll's annual Anime Awards, which just say is like it's a little bit more of an official version of the anime version to the Oscars or Grammys or
Pretty
something
much.
on that line.
This is one of those special animes that comes around every once in a while where, you know, of course it's like a traditional shonen anime, but it has a lot of heart, a lot of direction towards it, and I just immediately when I turned it on for the first episode, I was hooked. I mean, it's beautiful.
Well, it is beautifully animated. This is still coming from anime studio Ufotable. And they're walking apart when it comes to highly produced anime productions. They're most known for the Fate series, like a few adaptations of that, and like in other animes as well. But their signature production is surely touched on this anime.
Of course, looking at Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba, and I always recognize it as Kimetsu no Yaiba. The story itself centers around two siblings, the Kamado children, Tanjiro Kamado and Nezuko Kamado. They, of course, like any traditional good action anime or anime in general, where you have a journey involved. Tragedy befalls them, and most of their family is slaughtered by a merciless demon lord. And then Nezuko, his sister, gets transformed into a demon, and then Tanjiro enlists himself into the workings of a group known as the Demon Slayer Corps in order to find a way to not only gain revenge for their family's murder, but also hopefully find a cure to his sister's ailment and becoming a demon.
Here, that really affected me, had me watching the show, was the character of Tanjiro. You have a character who shows a lot of nuance, mainly through the portrayal of the voice actor, and also some of the writings that really shows a very compassionate and also empathetic protagonist.
I mean, he doesn't like. Yeah, does Tanjiro want revenge for what happened to his family and specifically his sister? Of course he does, but he's not the type of individual that wants to go overly abundant on this whole revenge scheme. No, he has a compassionate heart. He literally feels for his fellow man and of other demons, considering his sister is one. But his journey towards becoming a great demon slayer and defeating and killing off demons and trying to find Nezuko's cure is so... It wraps you.
Yes. As we stated before, this is a shonen anime. And with the shonen, there is certain tropes that is still carried over from it. I'm glad that it doesn't over-rely on it much, but they are still prevalent.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you have the traditional anime trio that forms. This anime has plenty of characters from their scaredy cat kind of character that grows into a heartwarming was it comedic relief. What was his name? Zenitsu. Actually, I kind of like Zenitsu in certain parts. He has his own cool moments in the series. Of course, you got the all-around badass of the group, Inosuke, who's a wild child but has a heart of gold. And of course, you get these cool two teams of different groups. You have the Pillars, and then you also have those called the 12 Demon Moons. The Pillars are like the elites of the Demon Corps. They're the ones everybody tries to aspires up to be, or is the behind the scenes badasses of a group. And then you got the 12 Demon Moons, who are the main antagonist. Kibasuji Muzan, or what the fan bases has lovingly called the Demon King of Pop, because I'm sorry, that is Michael Jackson all day, from the style to the grace, it's everything. But he's a threatening character, don't get me wrong.
He's The only type of villain I can compare this one to is Orochimaru.
Oh yeah,
Due to his
Orochimaru is to extents. I don't know. I find him is more on
it's
the
mainly due
lines.
to the shape shifting, the pale skins, and
I think
I don't know.
I don't know. I think more on the Inuyasha trope of
Naraku?
Yeah, Naraku. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see Naraku, but Muzan has his own feel.
He does have his own feel, but I think as of right now, during when the anime cut off at this point, only had one season with a film on the way.
Oh yeah,
A sequel film, so it's not no standalone.
yeah. You gonna go watch this. You don't skip out on it.
Muzan only appears twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still don't know the grasp of his motivations yet. Yes, he's integral to the plot because
Murdered
you know,
the Kamado
allegedly.
family.
Well, he's
line.
involved in some way.
Somehow he did it.
Yes, we don't know yet as far as the anime is concerned. But from those two appearances, you do feel his threatening demeanor. And
you understand why he's the
Yeah.
top dog, and you
Yes.
understand why people are afraid of him.
it's just that I would like to know more from his like going forward. I like probably is going to be eventually happen, but as right now he's not really much the focus as well as the situation of the demons overall is what the main antagonist of the storyline is.
Exactly.
One of the things that this anime is clearly going to avoid is the mere fact that you don't have to deal with filler episodes.
Oh, I am so happy about that.
Yes.
Sometimes filler episodes are okay, but I feel as though too many animes out, at least the publishers who are releasing it, go overboard with it. I understand sometimes you have to catch up to the manga, or the manga's not fully finished yet, so you don't have enough material to go off of. But then you infamously one of the worst offenders of the whole anime long run of filler arcs. In my case, was Bleach. I mean, it's like that was ridiculous how long those filler arcs were, and this series does not do that.
And we're talking like thankfully for the mere fact that this is mainly all main plots, very straightforward story, like main storylines. And it has to be thankful for the production studio of Ufotable.
Or unlimited budget.
Yes, it's one of those.
I
Studios.
swear to God, like each fight scene, every choreography that goes into it is it's a painting work of art. It's beautiful.
The anime uses a nice, good blend of lightly cel shaded 3D environments with the hand drawn traditional sprites, which are the characters, and it effectively uses to enhance the effectiveness and the immersiveness of the fights, as well as the beautiful scenery around it.
I mean, the particular, like, for instance, in this anime alone, certain styles of combat are known under these what are called breathing styles, and Tanjiro style being the breath of water. The way they animate the water is just like a traditional Japanese oil painting, or it's like you literally it flows beautifully. And each of the strikes and choreography that goes into those sword attacks are just spot on. It's amazing.
And it helps add to the fact that most nicely the art direction of the series. It takes place during a time period which I feel as though is not necessarily always rendered or at least shown. Is the time period between it looks like the 1930s or 20s. The voice acting, we prefer to watch it in subtitles, because one thing, if the anime is shown,
It to be like exclusively a Japanese story.
Yes.
I prefer it to be done in the native language, but it's not to say that there are not animes out there that just I couldn't dare hear it in another other than the dub. But this one is definitely better, at least in our opinion, to be done in the sub.
and the music for this series is something also notable.
It's so beautiful. I keep listening to it.
You have music that blends traditional Japanese orchestral sounds with a new modern electronic new age type feel that even though it's set during it's a period piece, it still feels fresh and new. And not to forget the opening music number for the series, at least for season 1, is one that's really worth listening to. But here, like, coming down to where we overall think about this, aside, like, there are a few gripes that I want to actually address. Going back to certain characters, the two characters that Tanjiro hangs around, two male characters other than his sister, Zenitsu and Inosuke. Right now, they're like they're showing some signs of
Character
growth,
growth.
but for majority of season 1, they're mainly just one 2-dimensional characters. So
Pretty much.
One, you have the Cali, whiner and the
Or wild child.
I don't know. Literally, is a wild child.
He runs around with a freaking boar head on his head.
Yes.
Come on now.
It's just, I want to see more development for those characters, especially it's also in Nezuko, who she does have moments to shine, and she is.
I feel so. She's definitely one of anime's cutest individuals to come out.
She's a national treasure and needs to be protected at all costs.
Always.
But I want more character development for her because most of the series she is stuck in a little box and
she's either stuck in a box or when she is out and about and fighting or not really conversing or at least in the center of attention where everybody else is. She has this bamboo piece that's in her mouth, and it's for good reason because she, as a demons. One of the main sources of energy is to consume human flesh, and she doesn't do that, which is an interesting take.
Yes.
You're trying to figure out why is it she can survive without eating human flesh while others can't. I'm sure this is going to be answers we're going to be answered on later on, but it will help out if we can get more moments of character development, not just from Tanjiro or evil characters in this series, but from the other groups as well.
There's a lot of nuances to be had in this series that at least makes it different from the traditional story that it could have been. And for that, I would say that as right now, Demon Slayer is a great series.
I could definitely agree.
And there we have it. That was our review for Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Please, as always, you guys like this video and want to see more, hit that little notification down at the bottom. That bell is ringing for you. Of course, like us on our other pages.
Yes, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
But as always, that was it. See you later.
Bye-bye.